Hey, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
First of all, my name is Chad Fitzgerald, and I'm one of the owners of the Cake Guys here in Duncanville, Texas. Duncanville is a small suburb of Dallas, about 12 to 15 miles to the south of Dallas. We've been here for about 3 years. I'm 43 years old, and I'm excited to be taping this for you today.
So what do you do for a living?
Well, obviously, I'm a baker, baker by heart, baker by soul, and I guess some people ask me if this is my side job or I have another side job, but I also am a high school math teacher. I teach Algebra 1 and just completed my 20th year teaching algebra. I love it. It's a really big passion of mine, same as with cakes. Every day is a different day, and I just love what I do.
So how did you get started doing cakes?
Actually, I got started, my grandmother. My grandmother was a huge...
It's okay, you can do it.
Wow, didn't expect this. My grandmother was a huge part of my life, and she really helped.
Take your time, take your time.
Okay. Grandma, as we called her, she was a huge part of my life. She helped me and my mom. My mom was a single parent, and she was a baker. She did ceramics. She did all kinds of artsy, crafty stuff. And so my mom couldn't afford childcare, and so she stepped up, and I would go to her house after school. And every time I would get to her house after school, she'd be doing something artsy or crafty, or she would be doing cakes. Golly. And she would always be cooking. And so I spent a lot of time with my grandmother's, because my mom worked late, and so my granddad and her would help me through school homework, but then I would always pick up on things like cooking, baking, again ceramics, that type of stuff. And she passed away about 2 years ago.
So tell me, how would people describe your personality?
Well, as you can tell, I'm emotional.
You're emotional? Okay, what else?
As you can tell, I'm a super emotional guy. I work very, very hard, and I play very, very hard. I'm really intense. I'm passionate about stuff that mean a lot to me. Obviously, you can tell I love my cakes. I love our shop, friends and family. But pretty much just a passionate guy and deeply passionate about things that mean the world to me.
So what kind of people do you like?
You know, it's so cliche, but I like real people. I don't like fake. I don't like people who are with me or trying to be around me for one specific thing. I love real people, people that I can trust, people that stand by their word. If there's one thing that a friend means to me is that when they say something, they do it. And, you know, actions speak louder than words. And I know that, again, that's so cliche to say, but, you know, it really is the truth. If you say it, you got to mean it. If you mean it, then you'll be my friend. So
how would your friends describe you?
Oh, wow. It depends on which set of friends.
Your friends and your critics.
My friends. My friends would say that I'm the hardest working guy they've ever met. My friends would say, don't piss him off. My friends would say
loyal.
That I'm extremely loyal. I'm caring. I'll fight a war for you. I'll do whatever I need to make sure you understand that my friendship is true. My critics, they say I'm cocky. My critics say I'm a bitch. My critics criticize me a lot because I'm very, very, very outspoken. And what I say is exactly what I mean. I don't put up any fronts. It is what it is. And a lot of people in my circles, and we have I have different kinds of friends, different kinds of circles. We have my straight friends that are teacher friends and family, and then we have my gay friends. And, you know, my harshest critics are generally my gay friends because I'm I'm hard. I'm a hard friend because I'm so honest. and I'm brutally honest to a point that some people, it frightens people away. But in the end, what I know is that I'm true and I'm real and I don't front, and that's pretty much what everyone knows me by.
So how do you react to criticism?
That depends too. I'm cool with criticism because criticism has got me where I'm at today. Criticism has made me the person I am, and I say that because if you're smart, you look around you and you decide, wow, criticism. What are they criticizing? And I can tell if it's a personal or if they're actually doing it, to help me. And so I think the difference is taking criticism and using it to your advantage. And if you're smart, then you'll always be able to do that and walk away the bigger person.
So how are you going to play this game if you are chosen the winner? How are you going to play the game?
To win any game, you have to be smart. You have to be consistent. You have to be passionate. And I think you have to be respectful. There's a lot of times when I believe there's an old saying, what comes around goes around. What I'm going to do or what I'm going to say, the stuff that I'm going to do, someone's done it before me. And I don't mind, I know that. The difference is if my buddy needs help, if the people around me need help, I'm going to help them. I think I'll be one of the contestants that they'll want off really quick because I'm going to be a good contestant. But with that also comes the responsibility of being a good teammate with the people that I'm going to be working with.
So what would you do to avoid going home?
Whatever I need to do. You never know what's going to happen. I'm smart, and I think as long as everyone plays fair, because I know I'll play fair, the best person will end up the winner, and that's all that I'm asking.
So do you have a secret weapon?
I think my ability to problem solve, my ability to be given a task and think outside of the box. And again, all these things that people say, think outside of the box and all this crap, it's all about what you know, but then you take all your knowledge and you make it work for you. And I said, I have to do that a lot here because there's a lot of things that I take on cakes and I may not even know how to do it. But I problem solve, I research, and find the best ways to come up with the best ending possibility.
So I have a question for you. True or false, do you think going to culinary school, do you think do you have to go to school to be a good baker or decorator?
I think that is a really big myth, and I'm not cutting anything about culinary school or anybody who's been to culinary school. And I can relate to this with teaching. Whenever I went to a university and got my teaching degree, I didn't know shit when I got out of there. I didn't know anything about how to respond to people, how to be in relationships, how to respond to students. And 9 times out of 10, if you have good responses and if you are talented and you are skill-oriented, you'll make it through anything that you need to do if you're passionate enough. So as far as culinary goes, I think, and I employ several students who are going to culinary art school, and they tell me all the time, man, Fitz, we've learned more, in the past 2 months than I've been in culinary for a year and a half, or I've been in culinary for a year. And so I think if you surround yourself with the kind of teachers that are doing it to benefit you, you'll be perfectly fine. And actually probably better off if you put yourself with smart people.
So is there a specific type of food or dessert that you like to bake, and is there one that you cannot stand to do?
There's not really any that I can't stand to do. There are a few recipes that are challenging the most. For instance, our Italian cream cake. It's a bitch. It takes a lot of ingredients. It's very expensive, multi-stepped, but the product is fabulous. It's just absolutely amazing. Things that I love to do. I'm passionate for, baking, but at the same time, I love cooking at home. whenever I cook for everybody and for big crowds. And I mean, it is nothing for me to cook for 50 people, have everybody over, and it can be Mexican, Italian,